Welcome to Movie Recap. Today I will tell you about a shape-shifting sci-fi film called Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Just leave a like on this video, sit back and relax. A race of gelatinous creatures abandons their dying planet and travels to Earth, landing in San Francisco. They take the form of small pods with pink flowers. Elizabeth Driscoll, a laboratory scientist at the San Francisco Health Department, brings one of the flowers to her home. She awakens the next morning to discover her boyfriend, Jeffrey Howell, acting cold and distant. Driscoll's colleague, Matthew Bennell, advises her to visit psychiatrist David Kibner, who is giving a presentation of his new book. As Elizabeth and Matthew drive to the presentation, a hysterical civilian warns them of danger before being pursued by a mob and killed in a hit and run, with his body being observed by emotionless onlookers. At the bookstore, Elizabeth asks Kibner for help regarding Jeffrey, but he theorizes that Elizabeth is using the belief that Jeffrey is behaving differently as an excuse to interrupt their relationship. Meanwhile, Jack Bellicec, an aspiring writer and friend of Matthew, calls Matthew to investigate when a deformed body resembling Jack is found in his wife Nancy's mud parlor. Matthew goes to Elizabeth to warn her, but discovers a semi-formed duplicate of her. Matthew rescues Elizabeth and alerts the police, but the duplicates of Jack and Elizabeth disappear before their arrival. Elizabeth deduces that the flowers are involved and examines it at the health department, failing to find records of it, while Matthew unsuccessfully attempts to alert several government agencies, and discovers that several close friends and associates have been duplicated. At night, Matthew and his friends are nearly duplicated as they sleep. Matthew calls the police, but realizes that the department has been duplicated. Matthew destroys the duplicates with an axe, before escaping with the others. The pods, extraterrestrials who take the forms of sleeping humans as the originals crumble to ashes, set off in pursuit of Matthew's group. The duplicates emit a shrill scream when they discover a human being among them. Jack and Nancy create a distraction, allowing Matthew and Elizabeth to escape back into the city. Matthew declares his love for Elizabeth. Matthew and Elizabeth take refuge in the health department, where they take a large dose of speed, keeping them awake for several more hours. They are soon captured by Jack and Kibner, who were previously duplicated, and injected with sedatives whilst being informed of their intentions for survivability, though their previous dose of speed enables them to escape and kill Jack's duplicate, while locking Kibner in a refrigerated room. Matthew and Elizabeth reunite with Nancy, who has learned to evade the pods through hiding her emotions. The two follow her example, but their cover is blown when Elizabeth screams at the sight of a mutant dog with a human face. They separate from Nancy in their escape, and quickly board a truck delivering the plants to Pier 70, where the pods are growing them, and intending to ship them overseas to other widely populated cities. While Matthew scouts the area in an attempt to flee aboard a vacant ship, Elizabeth soon falls asleep and is duplicated before the former returns. Horrified and enraged, Matthew breaks into the dock's warehouse and burns down the building, destroying several plants and killing many pods, before hiding underneath a pier, with more pods arriving in the area and searching for him, confidently asserting that he will soon fall asleep nevertheless. Soon after, Matthew returns to work at the health department with the duplicated employees, including Elizabeth, and witnesses several schoolchildren being taken for duplication, while more plants are being prepared for the remaining West Coast cities. Afterwards, Matthew heads towards City Hall and encounters Nancy, who has remained human. When she smiles and calls out his name, Matthew points at her and shrieks, revealing that he is now a pod person. Nancy, now the only human in the city, screams helplessly. Thanks for watching. You can check out my other videos here.